So Nitya, let me ask you a question till we are waiting for others to join in.
Yes, ma'am.
What is the intention of having this awareness program? You guys want to be trainers? You guys want to switch to reusable products? What is the intention?
When I attended the session, I thought this is very useful and every girl should know about it, ma'am. And because many people are facing this problems of rashes and cancers of vaginal cancers in our. So we need to create awareness for this.
Your
So I
voice
thought,
is
okay, we'll
breaking.
go with this.
Your voice is
Oh,
breaking.
sorry, ma'am. Yes. Can you hear me now, ma'am?
Better.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so you are doing this basically to create an awareness on this particular topic.
Yes, ma'am.
Also, I would like to just touch upon the fact that we are doing this awareness, this project in Rajan Kunti.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, so we are looking at volunteers. So if you have any one of you from this group who wants to become volunteers, can sign up. You are already a part of that group we have created, the WhatsApp group.
I am there, ma'am, but others are not aware because once this session is done, they will get an idea. After that, I suggest them to join.
Yes, so we are looking at increasing the volunteer base for the district through Rotaractors and Rotarians. So I hope we can identify some volunteers here from this group after the session is over.
Yes, ma'am.
Where is your college located? Nitya, are you here? Where is your college located and how many students in your college altogether?
There are 150 plus 200 plus, ma'am, and it is located in Chamrajpet.
So you all are having your classes online now because of COVID?
Yes, ma'am, we are having it. It is also going good.
You like having online classes as compared to going to college?
No, ma'am, going to college will have a different feel altogether.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
What are the other programs happening about MHM, ma'am?
A lot of them are being planned, Nitya. So there is one very interesting program which is coming up on the 29th of August. We will have a speaker session from an expert on waste management, and we are looking at addressing the district officials of Rotary. So I have already informed Raj Vamshi about this, and Astha also is aware of it. The idea is to work with different verticals in the Rotary and the Rotaract, because that the MHM by itself, can go up to a certain point, but I believe that we are also a part of the community services, we're a part of the literacy, and we're a part of the environment committee. We touch all these verticals, right? So do you have directors in your Rotaract for these verticals?
Yes, ma'am, there are there.
You have somebody who's handling environment?
Environment, it is, we have not still decided on that, ma'am, because our installation happened last week, August 2nd. So we have to get used to that. We are every member in this club are new to Rotaract, no? So we
Oh, this
have
is a
to
new
decide.
club. This is a new club, is it?
Yes, new club. It's like members are new, ma'am, because the college, right? So people go out and come in. It's like
Oh,
that.
so this is a fresh batch of Rotaractors.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so you all have had a introduction to Rotary and Rotaract, all of you?
Yes, ma'am. In installation, we had briefed them about that. So it has happened.
So till we are waiting for the program to start, I'd like to hear from everyone what got them interested in joining Rotaract. What was your intention of joining Rotaract, Nitya? Let's hear from you.
Rotaract, ma'am. It is like from previous college, my degree college. From there, I'm very interested in these things. There, I didn't get that much of opportunity because I was in Rotaract Red Cross Club also. So I got an opportunity. I just grabbed it.
Lovely, lovely.
Yeah.
Anybody else would like to share why they have joined Rotaract? We're just trying to interact and get to know each other till we start the program. Who else would like to share? Nobody. Y'all are still used to the classroom system where you want the teacher to call out your names and ask you a question. I thought this is going to be more informal. All right. Anyways, I don't want this to be a boring lecture where only I'm talking and all of you all are, sitting quietly. I'll request all of you to please switch on your cameras so that I know you all are paying attention to what I'm saying and I can see you. It becomes more personal. Otherwise, I'll be just talking to a black screen with, I can only say Nitya. So please switch on your cameras when the sessions start or feel free to switch it on now. Get to know each other.
Yes, ma'am. We could start the session in 5 minutes.
Yes, sure. Thank you, Afreen, for switching on your camera. Lovely to see you. Thank you, Divya, for switching on your camera. It feels better to talk to actual people instead of just names and black screens. Now I can see Monica, Nasiha, all of them switching on. Lovely, lovely. Can we have more cameras switched on, please? We're trying to have some information exchange. It's not like a lecture. So please feel free to ask questions as and when you want to. And I would like this to be interactive so that we have some fun while we are learning something. All right. So I'm not like your college professor trying to discipline you. All that I would expect is just keep your mics on silent when I'm talking. And you can put in your questions in the chat box. Nitya, if somebody can monitor those questions and ask me at the end of the presentation, I would like to answer all questions towards the end.
Yes, ma'am. We'll be doing that.
Lovely, lovely. So, Monica, let me ask you, what was your intention of joining Rotaract Club? You have to unmute yourself, darling.
Ma'am, it was from the previous college, ma'am. I was interested in all these things, and I couldn't get that opportunity because I was in theaters, and I got here.
Okay. Afreen, what about you? Afreen, can you hear me? I don't know whether she can hear me. Afreen Begum. Divya, what about you? Why did you join Rotaract?
Actually, ma'am, I am so interested in doing stuff related to social thing and all. So I am not in any part of these things in my previous degree college also. So I got this opportunity and here now.
So all I can tell everyone, because y'all are still new, the best part about being a part of the Rotary family or the Rotaract family is networking. You will get to meet such interesting people and you will learn so much in the course of the time as well as, do social service. And many of you who want to pursue a degree abroad, I think this particular service of hours of service and social service will add value or CV. I hope you all know that.
Yes.
So start writing down the projects that you do, the number of hours that you spend. Get testimonials from who you do projects for. So this is what Rotractors should be doing, because that will add to your CV when you apply for universities abroad. I hope that has been told to you all when you all joined.
Yes, ma'am. And ma'am, I think we could start as people are joining in.
Sure, because I think we're
Yes.
already, what, 12:10 now?
Yes, ma'am.
12:13. Yes, we can start. I'm ready when you're ready, Nitya.
Yes, ma'am. Monica, you could start the meeting.
Yeah, sure. Yes, it's that time of month. Yes, it's painful. Yes, it swings mood. Yes, it's blood. But no more blushes, no more black packets, no more rain checks, no more explaining, no more embarrassment, no more hiding. Period. Hello, everybody. Good afternoon to all ladies out there. I warmly welcome you to Sukhyam Vastra webinar of menstrual health management of our Rotaract Club of Adarsh Institute of Management and Information Technology. And we are here to know the answers for the question, what is best for us? Are we aware of what we use? Its effects? Precaution? Yes, it is about the sanitary pads or menstrual cups we are going to discuss about. I would like to welcome Rotarian Nisha Bellare as a speaker of today's session. Nisha, a Rotarian at heart and in service, has conducted various awareness programs on menstrual hygiene management in government schools, villages, corporate houses, residential colonies. In last 2 years, she has reached around 10,000 girls and women. Her aim is to bring about behavioral change in society by educating women on benefits of reusable, especially in menstrual hygiene sector. She was actively involved in 2010 of reusable, uh, pardon, educate and train the residents of condo minimum of 1,000 apartments in waste segregation, where her team won an award, Best Waste Wise, in large apartment complex recognized by Solid Waste Management Roundtable. Nisha is Menstrual Health Management Chair in Rotary 3190 for the year 2020 to 21. She and her team are available to help clubs and take this concept forward. She had been an integral part in setting up SHG Gramalakshmi, a District 3190 initiative which manufactures Aram cloth pads. And I'm glad that she'll be handling rest of the session. And at the end, all are given chance to ask queries regarding your issues. I welcome you once again and over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, Monica. I love the way you started the session, and I would like to want you to send that to me, because I would like to use that in all my future sessions. I love the way you started. Very,
Thank,
very nice.
thank you, ma'am.
This is exactly what we're trying to reach through this program. You have encapsulated it very well in your introduction. Thank you so much. So
Welcome,
we
ma'am.
will straight away go ahead with the presentation. And can you see the screen, all of you?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So MHM stands for Menstrual Hygiene Management, and we have been working in the district for the last 4 years on an individual level. It was only last year that the district realized that there has to be a separate chair to start focusing all our activities under one umbrella. And we had MHM chair last year, and this year I am the MHM chair, the second MHM chair for the District 3190. I would also like to inform you that we are probably one of the first districts in India where we have formalized this training program for Rotarians, Rotractors, and also the general public. On the 30th of July, we had a training program meant for the Rotarians, but it went international, and we had 7 international districts participating in the training program, and we might be the first district to take the training across the globe, the first district. So on that very happy note, I would like to take this training program forward. The idea, I'm looking at this more of a training than an awareness program, though Nitya wanted this to be more of an awareness. The reason why I am saying training is because I hope by the end of this session, I can identify a couple of volunteers who will help us roll out certain projects that we have in mind for the coming year on menstrual hygiene management. So we are saying, let's talk, period. Why? Because it matters to our bodies and to our environment. This is, many of us don't talk about periods. So we said today we are going to talk about it openly. Periods are healthy. This is what our uterus looks like. This is what happens, the endometrial lining starts shedding, and that's why it starts bleeding. This is what happens when you are actually bleeding. It means it's a sign of good health. Our periods start between the age of 10 to 15, that is known as the menarche, and it continues till the time we are 45 or 50. That is when a woman attains menopause. So which means she bleeds for about 420 months or 35 years throughout her cycle. What is it that we use during our periods? Now let this be interactive. Can we one by one switch on the mics and say what we use during our periods? Khushbu Kumari, I can't see you. So would you like to please unmute yourself and tell me what is it that you use?
Cotton pads.
You are using cotton pads?
Yes, ma'am.
Lovely, lovely. All right. What about Charita? What is Charita using? Please unmute yourself and tell us what you're using.
Cotton pads.
Cotton, when you say cotton pads, they are the single-use disposable ones, or you're talking about the reusable ones?
Disposable ones.
So that's not a cotton pad. That's a disposable pad. So what about Khushbu? When you said cotton, was it a disposable pad?
Ma'am, disposable.
Sorry? Reusable.
No, ma'am.
Okay. All right. So I think you first need to understand when I say what is it that you mean when you say cotton pad. What you use and throw every day is known as a single-use disposable pad, and they're not the cotton pad. You will understand what I mean when I am talking about it. Sanitary napkins, that is what you use, the single-use sanitary napkins. How many of you use tampons? Come on, quick, quick, otherwise this will go on till 3 o'clock. How many of you use tampons? Anyone using tampons?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
All right. Okay, all right. So this is what you mean by a cotton pad? I assume this is what you mean by a cotton pad. So this is a single-use disposable napkin. Though you can see cotton inside, they are not cotton pads. They are the disposable sanitary napkin. Why do you use, has anybody ever used a cotton cloth or cotton ever? Y'all are too young. I don't know whether y'all have ever been exposed to this.
Used, ma'am. We have used.
You have used? Lovely,
Yes,
Monica. So you've used actual cloth?
Yes, ma'am.
Cotton cloth, very nice. Okay, so I will be asking you for references through this program on what your experience has been and what are you using right now? Are you using cotton cloth pad right now or are you using disposable?
Disposable, ma'am, right now.
All right. Why did you switch over to disposable?
Ma'am, when we are traveling, we usually we can't change when the flow is high, ma'am. So I got changed over, ma'am.
Okay, all right. Okay, so why have we used disposable sanitary products and tampons? Because we thought it was thin, it had wings, it does not move, it it has a leak-proof layer, it is hygienic, and it is convenient. That is why we switched from using cloth to a single use. Well, when I got my periods, I started using a cloth too, my mother's old cotton sari. But when I got to know about this, I moved to a disposable napkin too. When I started when I was 13. What is the reality? Did you know that your single-use disposable sanitary napkins are laden with chemicals? And it can lead to health problems. It cannot be reused or recycled. It bloats in water and clogs drains. It makes the blood smell. So, Monica, when you use cotton cloth, and did your blood ever smell as much as it smells now when you use a disposable sanitary napkin?
No, ma'am.
Yeah. So I had the same experience that when I used cotton cloth and I used the disposable, it was not the blood that smells. It is the chemical when it comes in contact with the blood. That is when the sanitary napkin starts smelling. So it's not your blood that smells. Also, many of us would have experienced rashes and burning sensations and itchiness when we wear pads. Many of us, but we don't talk about it because we see, when we look at the advertisements, we look at the girl wearing white pants and, she's so happy cycling and jumping around. But, when we experience rashes and burning sensation, we don't talk about it thinking that it is just me. But today we are talking about this openly because each one of us have experienced it. It is because of the polyurethane layer, which is on the top of the disposable single-use napkin, which makes it it's not skin friendly, and that is what causes you rashes. So what is in a sanitary napkin? So the sanitary napkin is nice and white and bleached, right? So obviously it has bleach, it has chlorine in it, it has dioxins in it. It has a lot of other chemicals like the nail polish remover, the material which is used in making car tires, in the petroleum refining industries, and the styrofoam. So these are the chemicals which are used in making these products which go into your disposable sanitary napkin. And we are wearing it at the most intimate part of our body. Have you ever picked up a packet of sanitary napkin and seen what goes into it? Has anybody tried to check? Even if you, after this session, please go back and pick up the packet that you have in your cupboard and try and see if there are ingredients written on it. You will never find it because they will never mention it. What is it that we face on our health? Rashes, burns, itchiness. I think a lot of us experience it, but we don't talk about it because it's a taboo and we feel it's only me who is experiencing this. It's only my skin, and that's why we don't talk about it. But trust me, a lot of women face this problem, but they don't talk about it. And of course, the cotton that is put into the cotton pad, many times there are pesticides found in the cotton pads too, because the cotton is sprayed with pesticide and then put into the thing. So there's a lot of pesticides which are also found in, of course, then the artificial fragrances and the deodorants, right? Those are all artificial, which cause the burning sensation and the itchiness. This is a very common sight that we see. When we use a sanitary napkin, we just wrap it up and throw it into the bin. But what happens afterwards? Somebody like her picks it up without any gloves or masks, and she's exposed to picking up the sanitary napkin and exposed to health issues. Or when we flush it down the drain, the Safai Karmachari has to get down into the drain and clean those drains. Many times you will see that, when he gets down, he will pull out a sanitary napkin or a diaper, which where people have just flushed it down. Also, one pad equals to 500. One pad takes about 500 to 800 years to disintegrate. The word decompose is wrong here. It never decomposes. It just disintegrates. If it is burnt, then it emits very dangerous fumes like the dioxins and the furans, which are carcinogenic. And one pad is equal to about 4 plastic bags, which means in a month, each woman uses about 50 plastic bags, right? So we must be using about 15 pads, 15 to 20 pads a month, right? So about 50 plastic bags is what every woman uses and disposes of. What happens when it's disposed of? It affects the land, it sits in the landfills and affects the drinking water, the food, and the air. and it comes back to us. You must have seen a lot of small incinerators over there, like the green color one at the bottom in schools and institutions. Those are really harmful because they don't burn the toxic waste at the rate of 800 degrees. And anything which is burnt below 800 degrees will again emit dangerous fumes like the durins and the dioxins and the furans. What goes around comes around. It's a self-explanatory thing. The groundwater gets contaminated, goes to the farms, we eat the fruits and the vegetables, or we breathe the air. And, so we have to be very careful of how we dispose of our waste. So what are the solutions? Are there solutions? Luckily, yes, there are solutions which are eco-friendly. So you have the cloth pads and the menstrual cups and the cloth diapers, which are reusable, biodegradable, and are better for the health and the environment. So because I'm talking to Rotaractors, I would like to take some time on this particular slide. We had set up a self-help group, Gramalakshmi. You must have heard Monica talk about it at the beginning, where we have trained 4 women to stitch these cloth pads, and the Rotary clubs are popularizing it by asking clubs to donate it to these schoolgirls that have been adopted by those clubs. So that is known as the Aram cloth pad. Which has 2 jackets and 5 inserts, and a waterproof pouch for the girl to bring the insert back home. I will explain this in detail as and how we go forward. So cloth pads, so all of them who said they're using cotton pads, please know that what you're using, which is used once and thrown, are known as single-use disposable, which are very harmful. But when I say cotton cloth pads, we are talking about reusable cloth pads, which can be washed and reused for over a period of 2 years. So they also have a leak-proof layer. They also have wings which can fasten around the underwear. And the money spent on sanitary napkins in 10 years, a packet may cost about 40 rupees. That's the cheapest for a packet of 5, and can go up to 150, 170. If it's the extra large with wings, it can be even that expensive. So a woman in 10 years spends about 12 to 45,000 rupees. But if she invests in a cloth pad, what she will be spending is about 1,500 to 2,000 rupees, because each of these cloth pads, especially the one that is made by the Rotary, it costs just 350 rupees a kit, which will last her for 2 years, which will have 5 inserts and 2 jackets. How do you wash it? How do you take care of it? So let me just show you, if you all can see, this is an insert. And this is the jacket which has the leak-proof layer. So this is the jacket which has the leak-proof layer, and this has the wings. This goes and sits here in the loop. And this is what it would look like once it is inserted. And this is what, when it is fastened on the underwear. So when this gets soiled, all that the girl has to do is take this out and fold it like this. The part which comes in contact with her skin, she folds it like this and puts it in the waterproof pouch and brings it home. Trust me, it doesn't smell or it doesn't stink because there are no chemicals in the cotton insert. When she brings it home, she soaks it in in cold water for about 30 minutes and scrub it gently with mild detergent. Squeeze out the water. At this point in time, you can even put it into the washing machine. Dry it in the natural sunlight. You can add a little bit of white vinegar once in a while to keep them fresh. You might start feeling after maybe 6-7 months that the area where the blood is collected can become a little hard. That's when you can just put a little white vinegar to make it soft and fresh again. Yeah, the most important thing is it has to be dried out in the sunlight, because that's the best disinfectant that God has given us. So please dry it out in the sun and don't dry it out in damp, dark, dingy bathrooms. What is the second option? The second option is reusable menstrual cups. This is made of medical grade silicone rubber. Anybody over here who's heard of menstrual cups in this group?
I use them, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Your name? I can't see you because who uses menstrual cups?
Megha, ma'am. I'm Megha.
Okay.
I use menstrual cups and I shifted about almost a year back.
Lovely. Okay.
So, yeah.
Lovely, lovely. So one person in this group knows what menstrual cup is. I'm a menstrual cup user now for the last 6.5 years. It is a funnel shaped, so this is what it is. It is a funnel shaped cup made of medical grade silicone rubber, which is healthier and greener, of course. It collects the menstrual blood instead of absorbing it. So anybody who has ever used a tampon, it is inserted into the vagina, but the tampon is made of cotton and it absorbs the menstrual blood along with the natural lubricants of the vagina, which leaves the vagina dry and itchy. So this does not absorb it, it only collects it. So this is the model that I have of a uterus, and this is where the cup will sit. So when the blood comes in, it gets collected here. You take it out, empty it, and wash it and reinsert it. So you just need one cup for about 8 to 10 years if you take care of it well. Otherwise, 5 years definitely. And if you look at a menstrual cup, Megha will also be able to validate it, that there are holes near the rim of the cup. And that is what forms a suction. So the cup doesn't move or it doesn't cause leakages. That is how a menstrual cup works. A cup can be used for up to 8 years, saving you money and less dump in the landfills. There again, we talked about how much a girl spends on menstrual disposable sanitary napkins in 10 years is 12 to 45,000 rupees. But the menstrual cups are now available for as low as 700 rupees to 3,000 rupees. They are made of medical grade silicone rubber, which is the same material which is used to make catheters and baby bottle nipples. So absolutely safe to use. How do you use the menstrual cup? So most of you might feel, oh my God, this is so big. How do I insert it? First of all, are we aware that we have 3 openings? One is the anus, one is where is the urethra, where the urine comes out, and the middle is the vagina, where we bleed from or where we have delivery, where the baby is born from. So this has to be inserted into the vagina in different folds. So one of the folds is a C fold where you fold it like this and gently guide it in and leave it. And then it forms a suction like this, forms a suction. When you have to remove it, you have to release the suction. So you pinch the base, remove it, empty it, wash it, and again fold it and insert. So you don't need to sterilize the cup in between the periods, but after the cycle is over, just wash it with warm water and keep it into the cloth pouch that will be provided to you. Very important to put it in this cloth pouch so that it doesn't attract dust, because silicone has a tendency to attract dust if you just leave it out. So very important for you to put it into the cloth pouch. So this is what the uterus is, and this is how the cup would sit. Make sure that you wash your hands properly, your nails are trimmed, you don't leave the menstrual cup on an unhygienic surface when you're visiting the washroom. Don't leave it on the floor or on the flush tank or in the wash basin. What I would recommend is keep a small container, a steel ka dabba with you during your periods. When you go to the washroom, just open the lid and put this. If you have to change or you're having a bath or whatever, just put it in the steel container. Don't leave it on any unhygienic surface. Also, when you're inserting the cup, please make sure that you wash the cup with regular tap water and not hot water. Anyone of you who are scared of inserting, you all are still young, and many of you would not have, many of you are not married and would not have given birth to children. But I just want to just touch upon this, that women who have delivered babies through their vaginas, the size of a baby's head, which is about 10 centimeters, can come out of the vagina, and this is just about 4 centimeters. So that is how elastic our vagina is. So we don't have to be scared of using menstrual cups, though we recommend that the use of menstrual cups is recommended for girls above 18. Below 18, we feel the bodies are still developing, and we ask everyone to wait till they're 18 or till they're sexually active or till they are married. And of course, there is a learning curve. Many of us who wear glasses but also wear contact lenses, we would have realized that when we just started wearing contact lenses, it is a little difficult. You'll feel a little irritation. You'll blink a bit, but this is exactly like that. This is it's not rocket science, but at the same time, it has a learning curve. You have to be a little patient to learn how to wear the cup. Some of us take cycles, some of us get it in the first cycle itself. You have a lot of support groups, WhatsApp support groups to help you handhold how to use those cups. So what is the hymen? So the hymen is, we believe that it is a big issue made about a little tissue, and it never gets ruptured. Many of us, when we walk and run and exercise or do yoga or cycle, the hymen does get ruptured. Ruptured in the sense it's a thin tissue which gets stretched. So it's a myth that the hymen can get ruptured. So what are we losing in our periods? It is the endometrial lining, and many of us feel that, oh my goodness, I bleed so much, I have to change my pad 5 or 6 times. It is not the amount of blood, but it is because of the it's like a blotting paper, right? So it just spreads over. Actually speaking, you bleed just about 10 to 80 ml in a complete 5 day or a 6 day period. But if you feel that you are bleeding more than that, and if you have a lot of pain, then you need to go and see a gynecologist. Each cup can hold about 15 to 20 ml of blood. The capacity of this is about 23 ml, and that is, and we bleed about 10 to 80 ml in the entire 5 days. So maybe on the second day you may need to empty your cup more often, and the first day and the last day you may need to empty your cup maybe once in 8 hours. Second day, third day, you may need to empty your cup maybe once in 3 hours or 4 hours, depending. But every body is different. It's a learning curve, like I said. So what are the advantages of using a menstrual cup? It is, you can swim, you can play sports, you can wear it when you're sleeping without having to worry about leakages. Of course, it's like a no period day on a period day, because you don't even know that you're wearing a cup if you've learned how to wear it well. It is effective and easy to use. It doesn't generate trash. You will not send out disposable pads every day. It doesn't smell at all. And yes, your hands also don't get dirty. If you know how to wear it, you don't even get any blood on your hands if you've worn the cup correctly. There is no backflow into the cervix. Many of us feel, what if when we are sleeping, will the blood go back into the cervix? No, it doesn't go back into the cervix. And of course, it is economical, because one-time purchase of say about 650 rupees or 700 rupees, which will last you for about 10 years. So imagine the amount of savings that you do. It is comfortable, no rubbing of thighs. You can move around, you can go out into the rain. No more excuses of I have my periods and I can't play Holi or I can't go swimming. So when you make the switch to a menstrual cup or a cloth pad, you will enjoy a rash-free, trash-free, and a cash-free period. You'll not be sending out any pads. You will experience a rash-free, and it is economical because, yes, the upfront payment may feel like, oh, 650 or 700 as against 40 rupees a month, but you will get your return on investment within 6 to 7 months, and then after that, all your periods are free. So this is where my presentation ends, and now I would like to leave the floor open for questions and answers, please. Thank you. Any questions?
Ma'am, Divya here.
Yes, Divya.
Ma'am, basically, actually, I heard from a lot people of they used to say that by using cotton pad they get trash, and they will start, and that use whisper kind of things. So instead of using cotton pads, so I used to refer them that. But what I feel is that while using, but it is a safer cotton pad, by using cotton pad is safe, but still we
Not washing of the detergent from the cloth. So these could be two reasons why she finds it uncomfortable. Otherwise, we should be itching all over our body. Wear cotton clothes all the time. So you have, so that, what another thing that I usually recommend is, everybody who wants to become trainers over here should be using either cloth pads or cups themselves. So you will be able to handle these questions more confidently, Divya.
ma'am.
Yeah. So please ask this lady to wash the detergent off properly, not use a lot of detergent, and also dry it out nice and dry into the sunlight, please. And then ask her to come back to you with her feedback.
Oh, ma'am. Thank you.
Yes, guys, you can also post your queries in the chat so that ma'am will be addressing you all.
How many of you all want to switch to a reusable? Let me ask this question. Whether it's a cloth pad or a cup, how many of you want to? How many are you all above 18 here?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, ma'am.
So after this presentation, do you think you all need to switch over to a reusable, or you still want to continue generating the trash every day?
No, ma'am, we have to switch it.
Switch, ma'am.
Yes, Afreen, you unmuted yourself. Do you want to say something?
We will switch, ma'am. Sorry for last time, ma'am. Because of network connection, I was not able to speak.
No problem. No problem. So good. So good. All of you, how many of you all are willing to be trainers and do what I did today to people who you know, to your families, to your friends, to your cousins? The idea is that we should encourage people to stop sending out disposable pads into the landfills. We have to go back to the age-old methods of using cloth pads, or evolve and start using cups. But please, at least the 30, how many of you? 36 of you, 35 of you. I'm the 36th one. So the 35 of you, please stop using disposable sanitary napkins. And Nitya, what we can do is, if all of you convert to a reusable cloth pad, we can make your club as the first club which has 100% conversion of lady Rotaractors who have stopped sending disposables into the landfills. How do you like that? We can do a wonderful story for the district, and after 6 months we can announce it, saying that it's 100% conversion and none of these girls send out disposables.
Yes, ma'am. Sure, we are ready to do that. I've
Yeah.
already changed.
You have already, what are you using a cloth pad?
Yes, ma'am.
Very good. Fantastic. Fantastic. So what are the questions or doubts? Please don't hesitate to ask questions. No question is silly or stupid. Please go ahead and ask questions, because this is your opportunity to get all your doubts clarified.
Okay, ma'am, there's a question here. Ma'am, how do you, she's put who? Okay, how to purchase a cloth pad by Rotaract?
So you can, there are ways, there are various cloth pads actually available on the internet. You can go there, but if you're looking at the Aram cloth pads that is manufactured by the Grama-Lakshmi, then you can get in touch with Nitya. I will send you Grama-Lakshmi's number. You
Yes,
can to one lady called Yamini. That is where they manufacture these cloth pads. This is what the cloth pads would look like. You must have seen it, right? So if you want something like this, then this is available for 350 rupees. You get five such inserts, which open up like this. It just looks like a handkerchief, a small piece of cloth, and you fold it and reuse it. So this is available for 350. I can share the number with you with Nitya, and Nitya can then share it with all of you. Or there are expensive ones like the
yes,
EcoFem,
sure.
which are available for 1500, etc. on net.
Yes, ma'am, sure.
Ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, how many hours we can keep that menstrual cup, ma'am?
So you can keep the menstrual cup inside for maximum 10 hours.
Okay.
But on a heavy flow day, of course, you will need to empty it once in 2 hours or 3 hours, depending on how heavy a bleeder you are. But you can keep the menstrual cup in for about 10 hours on a low flow day.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay, I have somebody asking me training on for every single girl. How do we do a training for every single girl? We can speak one-on-one to them. And if you all have any questions, and if any one of you want to become trainers here, we can conduct a train the trainer program separately. Today, it was an awareness thing. You will have a lot of questions when you all are conducting the training program. So any one of you, Nitya, will you take charge of taking names of people who would like to be trainers? You have to unmute yourself.
I'm so sorry, ma'am. It's a privilege to do that, ma'am. We will do it. And I'll do it.
Sure, sure. Okay, so I have Lavanya asking me, as we see no advertisement of menstrual cup, where can we purchase from? Yes, you may not see advertisements of menstrual cups because many of the menstrual cup manufacturers cannot take on the big wigs like the HLLs, who manufacture Whispers and Stay Frees. But they are available on Amazon, and there are some brands that I would like to recommend which are manufactured in India. One is the Nari Ari, then there is Rutu Cup, there is V Cup, and there is a stone soup cup. So these are some of the cups that are manufactured here in India. You will see some of them available for. So this, let me talk to you about Ari Ari and the stone soup and Rutu cup and all that. They are available from 650 to 900 rupees. You will also find menstrual cups available for 150, 200 rupees by the names of Wow and Silky. But trust me, they are made in China and we don't know what material is used to manufacture those cups. So don't try and save money and buy cups worth 150 because we really don't know what material is used, and we are trying to promote the Made in India concept.
Rotaractor Asta is here, ma'am.
Hello, Asta.
Welcome, Asta.
Hello, good morning, good afternoon, ma'am. Good afternoon, all of you.
Thank you, Asta, for joining in. You have a very enthusiastic bunch here. And Asta, I'm also looking at identifying some trainers from here for the Rajan Kunte project. So Nitya, you can keep in touch with Asta.
We have put up a message in the group that who all are interested can give their name, and along with their club members also who are interested can give their name. And we have made our list of it, and I have sent them the link also to join in. So the link is already there in the group. You have to forward it to the members so they can join.
Yeah, so they can send all of you who are interested in becoming trainers. We're coming up with a project in 18 villages in Rajakunte, which is in North Bangalore, where we are trying to reach out to 2,500 girls and women and do this training program for them, and have these products accessible to these ladies so that they can also have safe and comfortable periods. We're doing this under the project name called Green Rajan Kunte, where we are trying to reduce generation of menstrual waste. So any one of you over here, please send in your names to me or to Astha, and we can have you join that group because the training it's just beginning. The group has just been formed and the training is just beginning. So this is the time to hop onto that board. Somebody has asked me a question over here. Is Hiccups an Indian brand? I really wouldn't know. I have not heard of Hiccups. Many times what happens is, these Indian business or the traders, they import cups from Taiwan or China and rebrand it here, giving it an Indian name. So please ensure that you ask for the manufacturing location.
No, ma'am, it is not. Hiccup is not I spoke to the brand, founder of that thing. They get it from China and they just have given it a Indian means a new name, and they are trading it in India. It's not an Indian brand at all.
Yes, so that is what many people do. So please, when you're doing a little bit of research, please check where the cups are manufactured. Another way to find out how the cups are made in India is there is usually a brand name written on the cups, which is usually printed. And I don't think you can see it, but there is a brand name which is printed on the cups. That is when you know that it is manufactured here. Otherwise, when it comes from China, it comes in bulk on a common mold, and there is no brand. It's only on the packaging. So that's another way. Also, please check what material is used to make those cups. Some of them are made using PPE. Some of them are it just says silicone cups. For it to be safe, it has to be a medical grade platinum cured silicone. So Lavanya, you have a very interesting question. Why is the government still giving out disposable sanitary napkins? We have no answer to that. But as Rotarians and as Rotaractors, all that we can go and do is create awareness amongst the users to tell them why we need to switch over to reusables. Also, what the government gives them is just about a packet of 8 pads, and no girl uses only 8 pads during her periods. Do you agree? We require at least 15 to 20 pads. So what happens is that
Ma'am, they give only 4 pads, ma'am.
they give only 4 pads. Is it? Okay. So what
Yeah,
happens?
not even 8. One kit has only 4 pads.
Oh, that is a government one, right? You're talking about, Astha?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
Yes,
so
ma'am. The one will have only 4 pads.
right. Also, the Rotary clubs are giving out a packet of 8 in that case, and we are also trying to convince the Rotary clubs to stop giving disposable sanitary napkins, because what happens is this poor girl lands up wearing the pad for a longer time because she doesn't have access to more. But if you give her a gift of a reusable cloth pad, then that becomes her own kit. We also advise them during our training that please embroider, that she has to embroider her name on every insert and the jacket, so that that kit belongs to her and she doesn't use it or share it with anybody else in her family. It's very important because you never know if somebody else has yeast infection or whatever. She shouldn't get infected by others. So when we are doing awareness programs in hostels or in schools, we have to inform them to mark their kit with their initials on it. Oh, so Nasiha says, I'm not Rotaract member. Can I join? Of course, Nasiha, you can join the program in Rajan Kunte. So we have something called as Friends of Rotary, and you can be a friend of Rotary and join into this program. Nitya, you'll have to just get in touch with Nasiha and get her, on board for the Rajan Kunte project if she's interested.
Yes, ma'am, sure.
I'm interested. So Lavanya is also interested. Lavanya, Nasiha, please give your names to Astha, Nitya, and then we can start adding them into the group. Astha, you are an admin in that group, right? You can start adding them.
Yes, ma'am. So Nitya, one small point, please keep it under consideration. As I have told it on the group too, that it's a club representative responsibility to take all the information from the MHM 3190 Rotaract group to your particular club. So all the data have been put up continuously, and I have been putting the reminders. So please add all those people or give me the list of all those phone numbers and the name, and I'll add them to the Rajan Kunte project. So this is your responsibility to take a record and send it to your zonal coordinator, or at least send it to me.
Yes, sure, I'll do that.
Okay, thank you.
Astha, also they were asking where to reach out for the cloth pads. The Aram cloth pads, I'll give them Yamini's number and they can get in touch with Yamini and buy those cloth pads from Gramalakshmi directly.
Sure, ma'am. Sure, ma'am.
Yes, any other questions?
Good afternoon, ma'am. Megha again.
Yes,
so usually when I talk about menstrual cups, most of my friends, when they want to try it out as well, the most common question I've received is the fact about the size. They don't know which size to buy. So if I think most of these people also, when they look out for it, they might also face the same issue. So if you could explain that.
Yes, Megha, that's a very valid question. Yes, when you go onto the internet, you will find cups which will have different sizes. What we believe is that there is a standard cup size which most of the Indian brands have. Like we have the She cup, we have Nariyari, we have Rutu cup, they're all, and Stone Soup. They're all standard size cups, and that fits most of the women. Yes, some women may have a longer, a higher cervix. So when I say higher cervix, this is your vaginal cavity. This can be a little longer than what it is. So what may happen is that if you have this longer, the cup might ride up a bit, but it doesn't mean it's going to get lost. All that you will need to do is just bear down your muscles till you feel the tip of this tip of the cup, and you can reach it, pinch it, and bring it out. So I would suggest go for a standard size cup which has a 30 ml capacity, and don't be bothered about big, large or small or all those things, because it just adds to the chaos and the confusion. Megha, I hope I've answered your question.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Anybody else? So Nitya, I think everybody seems to have understood what I've said. I don't know how many of them are actually going to convert to using reusables, but I would love to know how many of them from this club have converted. Astha, if you're still there, Astha? Probably gone.
So we lost her.
See, we've lost her probably. So I wanted to tell her about this thing of your club becoming a zero menstrual waste club. So I hope we all can work towards it. If you need any questions or if you have any doubts, you can feel free to reach out to me.
Yes.
And Nitya, please keep in touch with me and let me know because we would love
Yes.
to build a story around this.
Yes,
Ma'am,
ma'am.
can I ask a question?
Yes, please go ahead, Afri.
Yeah. Actually, ma'am, you said we can use it for 10 hours, right? It will
the
not
cup.
affect us, ma'am. The cup we can use for 10 hours.
Yes.
It won't affect us, ma'am, if we'll be using it continuously for 10 hours.
No, it will not. So you have to look at the certification of the cups when you buy it. So there are certain cups which are testified and certified on 10993 where it is safe from vaginal irritation and cytotoxicity. Like I know Nariyari has a certification. That has a certification where this material can stay inside a human body for 29 days because it's the same material which is used to make catheters. Catheters in the ICU patients. So, but obviously you will not wear it for 29 days, but 10 hours mein kuch nahi hoga. Absolutely nothing. The medical grade silicone has an antimicrobial property, which means it will not allow any microbes to grow on it.
Okay, ma'am, what about cotton pads, ma'am?
Every 4 hours, even though you don't have a lot of bleeding, I would still suggest that every 4 hours, please change the insert or the cotton pad.
Thank you, ma'am.
Welcome. Anybody else? Or we can, I'm done. If nobody has questions, Nitya, we can wrap up your session.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, let's give time for them to post their names, whoever want to become trainers. So just for 2 minutes, we'll wait and then we'll conclude.
Okay, sure.
Mom, I have a question.
Yes, Brinda.
I'm Brinda from Gen Z. So I have this question about you saying that where you can use the cotton pads and the menstrual cups. You can, I mean, as you told, you had many plus points, but is there any side effects? I'm like, so that I don't think so. There's like 0% of any side effects in any of the products. So is there any of them?
Side effects in what? The cotton cloth pads?
Yeah, the cotton cup pads and the menstrual cups.
What side effects would you expect there to be in cotton cloth pad? We wear cotton clothes, we wear cotton underwears, and we've not had any problem. So why are we having doubts on having side effects using a cotton cloth pad? So if you can specify your doubt or your question, what side effect are you anticipating using a cotton cloth pad?
It's not only about the cotton cup pad. I mostly stretching on the menstrual cups.
Okay, so the menstrual
because
cups,
there are like many people who are kind of scared, as you told before, that to use.
yeah, so the menstrual cups, it's a learning curve, and I would recommend girls only who are ready mentally to start using a menstrual cup to use it. But there are no side effects of wearing a menstrual cup at all. As long as you make sure that your nails are trimmed, as you maintain hygiene while you're using it, there are no side effects of using the right quality menstrual cup at all. We have gynecologists who are validating it, and we have experts we have scientific research on how safe menstrual cups are.
Thank you.
Welcome, Brinda. Nitya, you have some names already here. Are you making a
Yes,
note of them?
ma'am.
You're
I've
making a
recorded.
note of... Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
All okay.
By the time we can have a vote of thanks, ma'am.
Sure.
Yes. Monica, you can continue. Monica?
Yeah. Thank you, ma'am, for such impactful and informative information. I would like to welcome Rotractor Divya for vote of thanks.
Okay. Good afternoon, one and all. I am Divya. It's my privilege and to propose vote of thanks on behalf of our Rotaract Club of AIMIT. I thank Rotarian Nisha Bellare ma'am for giving such an informative information on menstruation. Thank you, ma'am. You made this day a special one, and we got a lot of ideas regarding this. Thank you so much. And I would like to thank MHM committee members for giving this opportunity to create awareness. And then a special thanks to Rotractor Trishna Dhuta, a representative of Zone Kadamba, who was our backbone and provided great support in making this event a successful one. Thank you, Trishna. Then I would like to thank Rotaract Club of Bangalore West, and then AIMIT Management and Administration. Then I would like to thank each and everyone who have been in this meeting for giving this successful thing and joined us. And I thank each and everyone for this session to made a successful one. Thank you, and stay safe, stay home.
Thank you for giving me this opportunity to interact with all of you. And I look forward to meeting the people who have registered to become trainers.
Sure, ma'am.
I would like to acknowledge the presence of our club member, Rotarian Rachna Bhotika. Thank you, Rachna.
Hello, hi Nisha.
Hi. So this is Rotarian Rachna from my home club, Rotary Club of Platinum City, and she also she's a new member, but she's agreed to come on board as a trainer. And thank you so much for attending this session, Rachna.
Thank you, Nisha. The session was very great, very informative.
Thank you, Rachna. Lovely. Okay. So thank you, Nitya.
Please
Yes,
do
ma'am.
switch
Ma'am,
on your...
yes, Monica.
Yeah, please do switch on your cameras for group photo.
Does it possible? Please, everyone, switch on your videos so that I take photo. Yes, let's go on.
Yeah.
Lovely. Thank you so much, everyone. Bye-bye.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
And I should definitely thank Trishna, ma'am. Trishna was a zonal coordinator for Zone Kadamba, and she was the main reason to have you here.
Lovely. Is Trishna here today?
Yes, ma'am. I think she left. She has some work and she's busy right now. So
Sure. All right. Lovely. See you all. Thank you, Nitya. Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.
bye.
Thank you, ma'am.
Bye, ma'am. Thanks.
Thank you all for attending the session. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you all.